Sometimes a user may call in to get help with a problem that they're having on their system, and as part of trying to troubleshoot, you ask them, well, what is it exactly that you are doing? Can you explain the steps to me that you are taking, to help you figure out what's going on with your system? And when that happens, very often the user may struggle to be able to put into words the actual actions that they're taking on their machine. Well, the good news is that Microsoft has given us a tool to help with this process, and it's called the Steps Recorder. So to see how this works, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on Start. And then right up here in Search, I'm just going to type in Steps Recorder. As soon as I put the word steps, you'll see there's an application called Steps Recorder, and I'm going to click on that. Now I do want to point out that this is something that the user would be doing, right? The user has called in, they're on their Windows 11 machine, and you're going to instruct them, say, I need you to open up Steps Recorder. They're going to get this little window that opens that says Steps Recorder, and the only thing they can really do is click on Start Record. So we're going to tell them to click Start Record, and now we're going to tell them please go and attempt to do whatever it is you were trying to do which was giving you problems. Now I don't have an actual real scenario on this machine where I can actually have a problem. So I'm just going to do a couple of random steps just to show you how this works. So we're going to say that the user is going to go ahead and click on Start. They're going to click on All Apps. They're going to click on the Calculator app. And then they're going to click on Start again. And they're going to go to All Apps one more time. And they're going to scroll down. And they're going to select Notepad, and then they're going to say and type the sentence. This is the problem. And they're going to close Notepad, and then they're going to go ahead and save. We'll just call this a demo file. And I will, you know what? I'm going to actually put it on the desktop just so it's easy for me to get rid of later. And I'll hit save. Oh, and then we're going to go ahead and close the calculator, and the user could then say that's what I do. And every time I do that, that's when I have the problem. So at that point you can tell them great. Click Stop Record, and when they hit Stop Record we get this report, and I'm going to go ahead and maximize this report so that we can see everything. And if we scroll down you'll see here it literally shows the steps. Step 1. User left-click the Start button. OK. Step 2. User left-click the desktop list in Start. In other words, when I clicked All Apps, I mean it's that literal. Step 3. They left-clicked the desktop list in Start. OK. So they clicked on a calculator, and again you'll notice it doesn't say user selected calculator. You have to kind of see the visual here. Oh, they selected. They did a left click and it was on calculator. And it goes on to say, well, they left click the Start button again. They did All Apps again. They selected. Actually it says they used the mouse wheel to scroll down, right? So I scrolled down. Then they went ahead and clicked on Notepad. They used the keyboard to input text editor in that particular document. Then they left-click to close the window. Left-click to save it. They went ahead and used the keyboard to give the file a name, and then they left-clicked on. Look, we're even getting right down to where I was saving it. Okay, so I think you're getting the idea. I don't have to read every little step. It's going to walk you through step by step everything you have. And then down here we have the additional details where you can see this, more in text format. So obviously this was not a real scenario, right? This was just a scenario to show you how the steps recorder can show you the troubleshooter the every last literal step that the user took that the user may not think to tell you in that degree of detail when they're describing it to you. Now there is one more thing you need to know here, and that is the user did this on their machine, and so this doesn't do you any good. Unless they go ahead and they save the recording, and when they do, you'll see here it's going to save it as a zip file. I'll again put it on the desktop and I'll just say it's a demo steps and click save. And now when I close the steps recorder, the user has this zip file that they can then go ahead and email to you or put into some shared troubleshooting folder or whatever you have set up on your network. Or maybe you say, hey, I'll be over to your machine. And then at that point you run over the machine, you can go ahead and open up the zip file. Alright, so that's how you can use the steps recorder to be able to see the literal steps that a user is taking when they are having a problem.